Tonight on Creature Features, a mysterious threat from beyond our galaxy as humanity seeks to establish its first orbiting satellite. Will the mysterious imposter thwart the plans of the United Nations? Or will humanity take its first steps among the stars? I don't know. I haven't seen this one yet.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. The lovely little button on this side would be my otherwise cunning and maniacal charge, the darling Miss Tangella. And over here would be our gallant and ornate houseman of the mansion, the resourceful Mr. Livingston. And we have a most fantastic program in store for you.
Go on.
There's not much to say. The guest is cancelled due to an unforeseen illness.
Then tell them about the film.
Right. Tonight we shall present War of the Satellites from 1958. Produced by Roger Corman and starring Richard Devon and Susan Cabot. It's a wondrous sci-fi adventure that I'm sure all of you will most definitely cherish. That's all I have. Without the guest, there's really not much more to say.
Then tell them what you had for lunch.
Today I had a lovely piece of halibut, sautéed in butter, served with a dash of lemon and a side of mushy peas, and a most tart and delicious orange, harvested fresh from our very own tree.
Now wrap it up.
So don't go away, for it is to be another night of spacebound fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Tangella, did you know if our viewers switched over to channel 7, they could watch Clint Eastwood in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? That's not how the song goes. No, it goes... Wah, wah, wah. Let me see that. Show me. Sort of like that, right? Where'd you get this silly thing? You should have one of these.
Why?
Because you could use it to call the assistance of the workers. All right, enough of that. Welcome to Creature Features. It's going to be a wonderful show tonight. You know why? Because We're going to show War of the Satellites from 1958, but we have a wonderful guest who is not here. Where's my guest?
Your guest has decided not to show up.
My guest has not decided not to show up. My guest was delayed. Why?
If you wouldn't insult them, they would come.
I don't insult my guests.
You called him a turnip.
Well, he kind of looks like a turnip.
Oh.
That's not an insult. I could have said he looked like a squash.
A squash is nice. It's nicer than a turnip.
I think not. No. Anyways, enough about that. War of the Satellites. This is a film about satellites going to war, right?
I would imagine.
No, it's like DirecTV versus the other one, Dish. It's War of the Satellites. It's like, remember the fast food wars of 1998? It would be similar, except it's War of the Satellites, Dish versus DirecTV, none of which carry our show. Can you
The
believe that?
fast food wars?
Fast food wars. It came after the Cold War. It's like we had World War II, the Cold War, and the fast food wars, and then now we have War of the Satellites. We've shown this film before, though, have we not?
I don't recall.
I do. No, War of the Satellites, that's a very unique film. I'll have to refresh my memory onto what the actual plot is and who's in it, but it's got to be a good movie because it's here on Creature Features, right? Right?
If you say so.
No, he knows I'm fibbing. It's not true. It could be a good film, it could be a bad film, or it could just be a film. Who knows? All right, enough of my rambling. Let's start the film, shall we not?
Please.
All right, off we go to War of the Satellites. And when we come back, I promise you Tangela will not have that silly thing in her hand.
How much longer?
Very soon now.
Why do we watch? Patience, Mr. Lemoyne. We must give the good doctor the benefit of every doubt. And you must admit that we have done that up to now.
Yes, Mr. Doctor. I must admit that.
Let me see now. This is 9 times $500 million, and this will make 10.
It's still in its orbit, Mr. Arcot.
For the moment. Miss Carrington, what is your opinion?
I correlate observed data, Mr. Arcot. I make no predictions.
Well, I make a prediction. All those men in that satellite will die, as have all the others. And when they do, your project comes to an end, Doctor.
Satellite is approaching the critical area. There it is, the barrier. It's forming again. Get through it. Get through it.
I am truly sorry, Dr. Van Ponder. What is it that destroys every manned satellite we launch?
I don't know. I just don't know.
And yet you propose to follow this 10th failure with another attempt, using more of your volunteers?
No matter how many times we fail, Mr. Akkad, we'll continue until we succeed.
Human beings are not guinea pigs. I warn you, Doctor. I shall fight you on the floor of the council, all the way. We've seen enough.
Are you still cold, baby?
Yeah, but I'm getting warmer every second. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding.
Hey, listen, doll. They're playing our song.
Yeah, I don't dig the arrangement.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Too many violins. Change the station. Maybe we can get somebody else's disc.
All right, don't move. I'll be right back.
A shooting star?
Oh, darling, you're so romantic. Make a wish.
Oh, that's no shooting star. Can't be Sputnik. It's not listed in the TV guide. Oh, wow. Something is flipping around here.
Yes, and it's my top. Oh, Jay, I really am scared. Did you hear something?
Yeah, my elastic just snapped.
No, besides that idiot. Go see what it is. Well, go ahead. Well, you're not scared, are you?
Hey, Mitch, come get a load of this.
All right. But I hope you know what you're doing. You know, you flunked chemistry twice.
What do I do now?
I don't know, but make it snappy. We're double parked.
Well, don't just stand there. Who's the three-letter man around here? Asnacianum unitum planetae.
To the United Nations of the third planet of minor luminary Sol, called by the inhabitants thereof the Earth. Attention! We, the masters of the spiral nebula Ghana, have been observing your actions. Understand, Earthlings, that we look with disfavor upon your persistent efforts to depart from your own planet and infest other areas of the universe. We have therefore set up quarantine measures to ensure that this contamination shall not be allowed to spread. We shall frustrate your every attempt in the future as we have those in the past. Knowing that Earthlings are equipped with rudimentary reflex-type intelligence, we are taking this means of conveying our command that all such efforts to expand and depart from the infected planet Earth shall from this moment be stopped.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. President.
The chair recognizes the honorable member from the United States.
Mr. President, honorable delegates to the General Assembly, I speak for all men everywhere when I say that this alien intelligence is wrong. That man cannot be dismissed as a disease or as a growth that infects our planet. Our hopes, our aspirations lead us to the stars. And no other race has the right to judge us or to deny us that journey.
What do you make of the space message, Dr. Von Ponder? You think it's a hoax?
Gentlemen, ladies, please. Now, I'd be a little less than frank with you if I didn't admit that whatever I might say is only an opinion.
Well, Doctor, why was this message in Latin? Does it mean an end to Project Sigma?
The fact that the message was in Latin causes me to believe it's a hoax. There are those who would like to see our rocket program abandoned. However, as for Project Sigma, it most assuredly will proceed.
Then you'll ask for new volunteers. You think you'll get a crew?
Well, there's an old saying. If you just want something, send someone for it. But if you really want it, go yourself.
Then you go up yourself? Lockhart calls it a suicide mission.
I won't ask anyone to take a risk I wouldn't take myself. I mean to captain my own ship.
Captain your own ship? Isn't this very dangerous, sir?
And now, gentlemen and ladies, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with some components.
I'm going with him.
Well, I guess that makes me a volunteer also.
Gangster movies. You know, we should show some gangster films. I would like that, like Pretty Boy Floyd and The Haunted House, right? Or Machine Gun Kelly Goes to the Black Lagoon. We can merge the two genres and make a new movie genre called gangster horror, right? Not a bad plan. Anyways, we will get back to the film soon, but a little bit of trivia. Roger Corman, who apparently put this film together, realized by watching the news that satellites were quite popular at the time. And so he approached the studio and said, for $80,000, I will deliver you a film about satellites in 90 days. And he certainly did that with this film. So I would say this film was a bit rushed, was it not? I mean, 90 days, I cannot accomplish anything in 90 days, let alone do a whole film. But Roger Corman was known for doing things like this because I suppose he was resourceful, right? But he didn't come up with gangster horror like we did, so we've got that on him. All right, let's get back to the film, and when we come back, we're going to look at some mail that you wonderful people sent to us, because without that, we would just have no mail, right? And that would be sad. So we're going to look at some mail, and we'll see you after the break.
You really started something this time, Doctor. I think you're right.
Well, thank you. But I'm not at all certain I am right.
But if this thing is a hoax and you can prove it.
I didn't say I could prove it, Dave. I said there was evidence. Unfortunately, there's just as much evidence the other way.
Like what?
Well, ever since the capsule landed, we've been working on it. The metal container itself defies analysis. It's harder than anything we've yet been able to devise. And it has a fantastic thermal resistance.
Well, I didn't know that. I haven't seen all the reports yet.
Oh, yes. And consider the method of communication. Now, this is something. Telepathically geared to the human mind. One merely thinks the word message, and it appears. Stop thinking, and it goes blank again.
Curious about the Latin.
Well, why not Latin? Once it was understood throughout the civilized world. Perhaps they think it still is.
Well, the whole thing is still a little hard to swallow.
Dave, not so many years back, space travel itself was a little hard to swallow.
I've calculated the figures for the Doppler effect at the speeds we'll be traveling.
I want the figures all the way up to the speed of light. We can't put the solar reactors through a full test here on Earth. But if they reach optimum efficiency in space, we'll be the first to achieve photon propulsion.
But, Van, that would mean... Dr. Van Ponder's office. Mr. Hotchkiss. He sounds worried.
Yes, Hodge.
It's Arcad and his crowd, Van. They're reviving the whole suicide issue in the council. They're beginning to play it pretty rough. You better get down here in a hurry.
I'll get there as fast as I can. I have to be at the United Nations. Extend this series and I'll check it tomorrow.
And so, Mr. President, even at this late hour, and after millions have been poured down the drain in this insane project, it is not too late to reconsider. Something greater than money is at stake. The lives of the fine young people who have been deceived into believing they would travel into outer space.
Mr. President, I apologize to the honorable delegate for interrupting, but his speech is no longer necessary. Dr. Van Ponder, without whom Project Sigma cannot proceed. Dr. Van Ponder was killed in an automobile accident while on his way to this forum.
Mr. President, I extend my condolences to the delegate from the United States. But now there can be no further reason to delay passage of my motion to suspend payment of funds to Project Sigma immediately.
I hope I never live through another moment like that again, Van. Getting that message, the shock of seeing you in the doorway. Risen from the dead like that, it's almost a miracle.
As I explained, the officer was mistaken.
Well, miracle or no miracle, it certainly worked like a charm. It pulled the slats right out from under old Ockett. If I didn't know you better, I'd say you planned it yourself.
But if you'll excuse me, Hotch, I have some charts to prepare. I do hope you don't mind my using your office.
Not at all, not at all. Make yourself comfortable.
Would be a very serious matter at home and abroad. There was consternation in the United Nations Assembly when Dr. Van Ponder appeared dramatically after his death had been announced to the Assembly. Upon his appearance, the delegates cheered Dr. Van Ponder to the rafters, then proceeded to vote unlimited funds for Project Sigma.
Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
It's time for mail because you send us mail. And Mr. Livingston has to go to the P.O. box to pick it up.
Yes.
Well, you don't mind doing that. It gets you out of the house.
It does.
It does, yes. What have you for us, Mr. Livingston?
I have a package here.
What in God's name is this?
It appears to be a bazooka.
A bazooka? Oh, nice. Why don't you give it to her, because I don't have much need for a bazooka. And while she's opening that, you have more mail for me, do you not?
I do.
Let's see what Mr. Livingston has for me.
Carl Grissom.
All right.
Not sure where they're from.
All right. Carl Grissom says, "Hey, Vincent, all I remember is seeing a short clip of Tangela walking about the docks of Bodega Bay. Can't seem to find that episode. Also, my wife and I are going to Bodega Bay for a day visit. Any suggestions for lunch or dinner would be appreciated. Seafood, of course. Your show rocks, and I love the new app." Oh, he watches Creature Features TV. Creature Features TV. Any chance to pitch Creature Features TV, I will take advantage of. You know, that is finally... Oh, my goodness. All right, we'll get back to that in a second. Places to go. There's a wonderful place. It's not too expensive. It's called Lucas Wharf. And then next to that is a place called Fishtarian, right?
Fishtarian.
Have you been to Fishtarian?
I don't believe so.
So it's like a walk-in type place, and they have tables outside, and it's wonderful. I like it. So check it out, and welcome to Bodega Bay. As far as the clip with her, look for Visit Bodega Bay promos. She did enter the contest to do Welcome to Bodega Bay promo type things, and she did not win for some reason. I can tell you why. Don't be sore about that.
Well, she threatened people.
That's right. Anyways, thanks for writing, Carl. Up next.
This one from Jackie Mitchell.
Jackie Mitchell, Valentine's proposal for Livingston.
Oh, dear.
I think that Livingston is a pretty handsome fellow. I'm his biggest fan. If interested, let me know. Wink, wink. Don't look at me. Look at the camera.
I don't know what to say.
All right. He's been left speechless, Jackie, so that's a good sign. All right. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
We have a postcard.
That was wrapped rather well, was it not? Oh, show me. Oh,
Teenage Monster.
Oh, I love it. Teenage Monster. This looks like a real film. We should find this. Teenage Monster. And the card says, to Creature Features family, love the shows, keep up the good work, long live trashy and cult cinema. And this is from somebody in Phoenix. Oh, what is that?
I hope it's not
it's an
anything that
aeroplane.
she can shoot down.
Oh, look at this. It's a real bazooka. Good Lord. My goodness. Well, don't shoot that at the airplanes flying above because I believe that's illegal. Anyways, our friends in Phoenix, Arizona, thank you so much for the card. One more?
It's a bazooka.
I think that's a simulated bazooka, if you ask me. I think it's a film prop. All right, what do we got next? Oh, it's all in caps. Do you suppose they're yelling?
It sounds like it.
All right. Congratulations on creating a show so uniquely bad that is somehow brilliant. Vincent, you're like a vampire who moonlights as a used car salesman. You know, I can sell used cars. I would be rather good at that. I go, oh, take a look at this Mazda over here. Its color matches your eyes. I could do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Livingston, your deadpan delivery suggests you're one bad joke away from quitting. I pay him too much for him to quit. And Tangella, well, you are living proof that chaos has a name and likes to throw things. Thanks for the last. P.S. I will not be leaving my name. I don't want anyone to know I watch the show. But, you know, I cannot blame the man or woman.
Person.
Right? This, you know, if they have a sensitive position of work, perhaps that would create a situation where they might be fired from
But
that
would that
position.
not mean that those people are watching as well?
That's a good point. Who knows? PPS, who do I talk to about claiming emotional damages for sitting through Bikini Planet? The guest of that episode was the director. He would be the one to file your complaint with. So, you know, Bikini Planet gets a lot of mail. It's one of the worst films we've shown, but it's a... No? You think it was good? All right. Andrew is in the background saying he thinks Bikini Planet was a good film, so who knows? Anyways, is that it?
That would be it.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, visit Hello Creature Features. And on that little web page, it'll show you how to send us an email, or if you'd like to send us a nice postcard, or if you'd like to send us a bazooka.
Please, no weapons.
No more weapons, please. We'll be back after the next break, but let's get back to War of the Satellites. See you soon.
They proceed with their plans. Our warning did not deter them. I propose a stronger warning. Come in.
Excuse me, Van. I thought I heard you talking to somebody.
No, Dave. Quite alone.
I was wondering if I could ask you a question. Personal.
Certainly. Sit down.
Thank you.
What's on your mind?
It's about Sybil.
Miss Carrington?
She volunteered for this job, Van, because she has great admiration for you. And the faith that you'll probably succeed where the others have failed. But you and I know what our chances of returning are.
Do you agree with our card? That it's a suicide mission?
I didn't say that. If I did, I wouldn't be here. But I know the dangers involved, and I think you should order Sybil to stay behind.
Miss Carrington is a very intelligent young woman, quite capable of reaching her own decisions.
Doctor, turn on the radio quickly.
Fires, floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions in unheard of numbers bursting out all over the world. Foreign Minister Slurdoff first accused the United States of triggering the fires that broke out in his country by nuclear means, until convinced that similar holocausts were occurring without visible cause through this and other nations as well. There have been suggestions that these disasters are a follow-up of the warning purporting to come from outer space, from hostile beings on a distant nebula who demanded that humans desist from attempts at space travel. The strange message was dismissed as a hoax by the United Nations Security Council at the time, but many responsible persons believe that it should have been taken seriously. But just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. A bulletin has been handed me. Reports are coming in thick and fast of wheat and cornfields destroyed, ships sunk, all occurring at the same instant. This is a bulletin. There can be no question of coincidence here. These terrible events are purposeful and directed.
Yeah, Hello? Yes, Hotch. Yes, we've been listening. Well, what can we do? We've got to quit. I know it's disappointing. How do you think I feel? Yes, I know. But we can't fight this. Yes. Dave Boyer is here with me now. I'll send him over with a statement you can read on the floor. Goodbye.
Man, you're not giving up.
We're up against a race of beings whose intelligence is as ours to ants and bacteria. We have the choice of continuing to exist under whatever conditions they may name, or of being exterminated. It's that simple. Sybil, I want you to type this up immediately.
Intolerable.
Well, I guess that puts the wraps on Sigma.
And to think that Van should have to plunge the knife. Now, let Stevens give the report. I haven't got the heart for it. I'm sick.
The honorable delegates will recall how my colleagues and I warned of the dire consequences if we ignored this ultimatum. We are obviously in the grip of a force stronger than we can oppose. I notice that the delegate from the United States has chosen not to be present. Well, Mr. United States delegate, don't you agree that we must immediately give up this insane project as a matter of pure, naked survival?
The delegate from the United States sends his apologies for his unfortunate absence from this important meeting. But he sent me here with a message that expresses not only his views, but the views of Dr. Van Ponda, head of Project Sigma. The delegate has spoken of naked survival. Gentlemen, you do not survive by abject surrender. Nations and worlds must fight for survival. If we give in now, let down our defenses, give this alien planet full control over our actions and our lives for mere survival, won't they decide to take even that away from us? Now, the gentlemen here ask themselves why these aliens are so concerned that we do not penetrate the Sigma barrier. Isn't it peculiar that this action alone excites them to retaliation? They consider us a danger to them if we break out of quarantine, as they so tactfully put it. They haven't even bothered to find out whether our motives are peaceful or not. They don't know that we would collaborate and share knowledge, greet them as equal partners in the universe. But we can't show them this by surrendering. No, it is precisely because they do not wish us to travel the skies that we must do so. Gentlemen, we must proceed with Project Sigma at all costs.
And what looked like certain defeat for Project Sigma was turned into a brilliant vindication by the impassioned address of an emissary representing both Delegate Hotchkiss and Dr. Van Ponda.
Radiation density at 1,500 miles, 10 to the minus 27. 2,000 miles, 10 to the minus 30. 2,500 miles.
Doctor, how did you get here?
And we've been sweating it out here for the past 3 hours.
Well, that's funny because I could have sworn I just saw you over the proving ground.
I guess the pace is getting too much for you, Johnny. The eyes go first. Van here will probably be next. He's been working like twins.
Triplets is more like it. Oh, I just came to tell Dave that the new solenoids have arrived. We're testing them now.
Okay, Johnny, I'll check them later. You know, Van, I would have sworn you'd take my head off for that stunt I pulled at the Security Council.
On the contrary, Dave, I should thank you. I don't know what got into me to give way as I did. I'm in your debt for saving Project Sigma.
Do you still have that growth on your arm? You know, you ought to take care of that, Van. Those things can be dangerous.
Dr. Van Ponda, you are wanted in reactor construction area. Urgent.
I better get over there. Dave, I'd like you to... What's the matter?
Nothing, Van.
Well, you can handle the rest of these reports, can't you?
Sure. I'll see you later.
All right. You wanted to see me, John?
Yes, Doctor. It's these new solenoids. They're not testing up to capacity resistance.
Oh? How do they test?
Well, 68 ohms maximum. Should be at least 75. See, I thought if I added this extra
I
coil...
don't think it matters very much. Every element of the reactor is geared to a 6-to-1 safety factor.
Look out. Good Lord, I'll get a doctor.
No! John!
Hello, friends. We just want to remind you that we've got a new YouTube channel called CF Extras, which stands for Creature Feature Extras, right? That makes the most sense. Anyways, that's where we put all the extra stuff. We have the movies on our main channel and the extra bonus material that you won't see on the regular channel on the new channel. So go to cfextras.com and sign up today. It's free. It's free, right?
Indeed.
No, it should be free, because if we charge for this, then that would be absolutely silly, would it not? We'll see you at Creature Features Extras. See you soon. So Tangelo was compelled to open up the bazooka, and we found some gifts in a letter. Nice cane and 2 magic wands, right? Or those just
magic wands.
Sticks to poke people with. You know, that's magic. If you take a pointed stick and shove it in someone's face, they will usually do what you command. Anyways, here's a letter. It's from Don Bolton in Richland, Washington. He goes, "Don't worry about the shipping box. I found it at an abandoned research facility north of town." So maybe it was used to transport things. "Whatever was in it was gone. I think, although there were unexplained disappearances a few years back. Anyway, enjoy and keep up the good work. Should you get tired of running old movies, there are many fan-made sci-fi and horror short films that are as good as any from Hollywood." You know, we tried that, and they're difficult to get, and the people who make those are often difficult. It's like, all right, you can show our film for 1 week. And then what do? We build a whole episode around some film that we can only show for 1 week. We've done all that work for nothing. So we tried it one time. It didn't work out. But yes, you're right. There are many wonderful short films, indie films out there. Most of them, unfortunately, are not movie length. Is the problem. I suppose that's what makes them short, right?
That's why they're called short films.
Short. They're not longs. We tend to show just longs here. He goes, maybe get a few of them together, have a film festival. No. It worked with a group of filmmakers, that many 20-minute films about ghosts, zombies, and planets and the like. Don Bolton. Well, thank you so much, Don. And Don apparently makes these things. Oh, there's more in the back. He goes, I watch you on YouTube, and the only complaint I have is being a fan of sci-fi and horror since the 60s. I've seen most of the movies you present. My art medium is wood, obviously. And he goes, I've sent you a few examples of my work. For Vincent, every lord of the manor has a walking stick. It's a very nice one. To beat werewolves like Larry Talbot did in The Wolfman, so I included a crow-topped one. For Tangela and Livingston, I have included 2 wizard wands. The walking stick is English walnut, and the wands are sycamore. Well, that's all awesome, Don. Thank you so much for the wonderful gifts. All right, what do you say we get back to the movie?
Yes.
And when we come back, maybe Tangela will open up another bazooka of some kind. Who knows? See you soon.
Lazar, Dr. Lazar. Emergency in reactor area. Come at once.
Let me look at that hand, Van. What kind of a joke is this?
Would you mind explaining what this is all about?
Oh, sure. John came rushing in, said you'd burned your hand. Burned it off, he said.
With the torch, I saw it.
Quite obviously, he's mistaken.
Yes, I should think he is.
We were examining these solenoids. Suddenly he screamed and ran from the room.
I see. Well, he's been under a lot of pressure. I'm surprised there hasn't been more of this sort of thing as we approach blastoff.
What are you talking about?
Buck fever, my boy. I'm afraid you're grounded.
But you can't negate what I
Come
saw.
on now. I'm sure Dr. Van Ponder...
But I saw it with my own eyes in the flame of that torch. And he didn't even feel it.
John!
There's something about you. You're not human.
John, stop it!
All right, I'll go. But I know what I saw.
Perhaps you see too much, John.
Come on, John.
Hello?
Hello, Sybil. This is Dave. Look, I know it's a little late, but this is kind of important.
Dave, where have you been? They've been trying to locate you everywhere. We blast off at 23:30.
23:30?
Van, advance the time. You've just got 45 minutes. You better step on it.
Look, Sybil, meet me at the launching site. I've got to speak to you.
Dave, stop wasting time. Hurry.
Rocket 1, final crew call.
Sybil! Sybil, I've got to talk to you. It's important.
Rocket 1, minus 6
We
minutes.
don't have much time, Dave.
I've got plenty of time. They're just calling for Rocket 1.
I'm going on Rocket 1.
You were scheduled for Rocket 2 with me.
Well, Van made the switch.
Van made the switch. Sybil, you can't go with him.
He must have had a reason.
Rocket 1, minus 5 minutes.
Corrections on the calculation.
Okay.
Checking in, sir.
All right, Bennett.
Ready, Van?
I thought you grounded him.
Oh, no, he's perfectly okay. I checked him out thoroughly. Even gave up your hallucination, didn't you, John?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry I caused trouble, sir.
You see, just as good as new. And astronautical engineers don't grow on trees, do they?
No. No, they don't. But I'll see you on board.
Yes, sir.
See you, man.
Rocket 1, minus 4 minutes.
Dr. Van Ponder wanted in general control.
Dr. Van Ponder, you're wanted on board Rocket 1 immediately.
Minus 3 minutes. Crew stations, all Rocket 1 personnel. Minus 2 minutes. All unauthorized personnel, clear launching area.
Hi, this is Greg and Janine from Birmingham, Alabama. This is so great. These movies are from our childhood time. Enjoying it so much. Keep the good work up. Bye.
Hello, this is Livingston. Apparently, one of my newly acquired domestic duties is to request help for our show financially by asking you to visit our Patreon page. Your generosity will help keep Creature Features on the air, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. However, with only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new programming each week, which apparently some of you curiously enjoy. And should you have the desire to give even more, you might even receive a gift from Miss Tangella. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Livingston, do you see this advertisement for Hormel? It says, "Don't let high prices make a vegetarian out of you."
I don't use canned foods.
She's a vegetarian. Did
Yes.
high prices make you a vegetarian? Dinty Moore beef stew has meat. It even has little pieces of meat all through the gravy that give it an undeniably rich, meaty taste. That's 3 times they've said meat. If you love meat, but haven't been having much of it lately, buy a case of Dinty Moore. Then you can have your share of meat, 5 times now, and a good amount of fresh potatoes and carrots at a price you can swallow. You like potatoes and carrots, do you not?
A case?
A case. Look, it comes in a can. Show this ad. Look, these people look quite happy having Dinty Moore.
They don't look very healthy.
Hormel. You know, they should be a sponsor of this program because they're getting free advertising from me for nothing. Anyways, we'll get back to War of the Satellites in a moment, but a couple of interesting things. There's a spaceship in this film.
Yes.
That was recycled by Irwin Allen for Lost in Space and some of his other shows. Can you believe that? Now, Hollywood does this all the time. They think we're stupid. They think that we won't notice the same spaceship was in this as it was in that. They tried to pull that off with the Lost in Space robot. Do you recall?
B9.
B9. They took that robot, they painted it white, and they put it on some children's program and called it something else. And I think I had a different voice. I like the original voice better, didn't you?
I thought it was quite good.
Right. All right, enough blah, blah, blah for me. Let's get back to the film, and we will see you on the other side of the break.
We're about to blast off. instruments checked out?
Everything all right?
Good. I'm depending on you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good trip, John.
Yes, sir.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I didn't get a round-trip ticket.
1. Fire. Rocket 2, minus 10 minutes. Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rocket 1, second stage. Fire. Rocket 2, second stage. Fire. Rocket 3, second stage. Fire. Rocket 1, third stage. Fire. Rocket 1 approaching rendezvous point. Rocket 2 converging. Rocket 3 converging. Fire. Contact completed. Ship in orbit. Ground control handing over. Good luck.
Thank you. Satellite control taking over. Up antenna.
Antenna up.
Activate gravity control.
Gravity control on.
Feedback interlock on automatic.
Feedback interlock on automatic.
Orient solar aspect cells.
Solar aspect cells on.
Automate robot control.
Robot control on.
Sybil, check the computer panel. I'm glad to see Lazar was right about your surviving the blast off.
Here, Doctor. Okay, can't move.
I've partially inactivated your muscular system.
What?
There's no time to be more explicit. I have no desire to harm you. However, necessity governs action. The warning from outer space was valid. It came from a superior intelligence. An intelligence able to transform energy into matter and back again. You once told me I was not human. You were correct. I am above the human. A transformation which can be yours. This satellite will never return to Earth. Its disintegration upon contact with the energy barrier will end Project Sigma and all similar projects to come. The creatures of your planet are not yet ready for space.
Who are you to decide?
We have only your best interests at heart. In this realm of outer space, you are mere children. And it is disastrous for children to enter areas where they have so little understanding. John, I can offer you the opportunity of joining us.
You can go to hell. I was born a human and I'll die one before I'll join a race that kills innocent people for abstract ideas.
Abstract idea. Very well. You've made your decision. One I'm certain you'll deeply regret. For only death remains.
Van, I thought I heard...
He couldn't stand the acceleration. I knew he should have stayed behind.
She's painting your likeness. I thought it was spot on.
Orbiting on schedule, sir. Fine. This is the captain speaking. We have successfully completed the first phase of our mission, and I wish to congratulate all members of the crew. I can now reveal to you the plan by which we hope to overcome the cosmic accumulations which have destroyed all of our previous manned satellites. The plan consists of 2 steps. Step 1 has already been accomplished. This called for a blast velocity of over 1,000 times that of our previous satellites, a force which has carried us into an orbit far beyond the moon. At our present velocity, this cosmic mass, if encountered, will act as a solid, impenetrable wall. However, at the first indication of this mass, or Sigma barrier as we call it, we will put into operation the second step of our plan, which varies according to necessity. If at this time we have accumulated enough solar energy for 750 miles per second, we shall be able to blast through the barrier, and in so doing, destroy it. Should the barrier appear before we have reached the requisite velocity, we shall take immediate action to avoid it.
Dave, what are you doing here? You should be in operations.
I regret to inform you there has been one casualty. astronautical engineer John Compo was found dead. Apparently the result of blast-off acceleration. All hands not on duty will attend the space funeral at 1400 hours.
Sybil, I've got to talk to you. It's about Van. He's not human.
Dave, don't be ridiculous.
I saw him. He's split in two. He's been seen in two places at the same time.
Why aren't you at your post?
What happened to Johnny? Did you kill him?
We're now in outer space with one man dead. And I can't afford to lose another by confining you to quarters. So I'm giving you another chance. We'll say no more about your accusation. But I warn you, get out of line just once more, and I shall take the necessary measures. I remind you that I am the captain of this ship, and that astroplanetary law gives me supreme and unquestioned command. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Van, please forgive him. We've all been under a great strain.
There is no room for personal feelings on this mission. For his sake, he'd better straighten himself out. This is a sad duty we must perform. To say goodbye to a brave and beloved fellow crewman. We must think of him as one who gave his life in a noble endeavor. The salvation of the human race.
Well, I feel it's all my fault. I should never have checked the kid out.
But you said there was nothing physically wrong with him.
Well, that's the curious thing. I was extra cautious. I double-checked every test. There's just no reason why he should have died from the same acceleration we all took. His training record was better than most.
He was murdered.
Murdered?
Look, Johnny knew something dangerous, something he shouldn't have known, and he was killed for it.
And so we commend his body to the depths of space.
Haven't you noticed Van's face? There's something different about it. I can show you what I mean.
Well, that means nothing, Dave. Everybody's face is slightly asymmetrical.
Yes, but not Van's. I've been watching it. Here's something else. You got a magnifying glass?
Yes.
Sybil, I'm glad you're here. I'd like you to see this, too.
Dave, you're disobeying orders.
Orders? From Van? Don't you realize he's trying to destroy us all? These are Van's prints. They're identical.
Mirror images.
What does that mean?
What I've been trying to tell you. This is not Van.
Dave!
It's true. I saw Van's car. It was burnt to a crisp. Over the license plates. I checked those out. Van died in that car. This man's a substitute. A copy of the real Van.
You don't expect me to believe that fantastic nonsense.
Is it fantastic that there's an intelligent race out there that stops at nothing to keep us quarantined on our own planet? Is the Sigma barrier fantastic? They've destroyed every ship we sent up, and now through him they mean to destroy this one. Could those prints lie?
You know, ever since his accident, Van has always found some excuse to keep me from giving him a routine checkup. I haven't even checked his heart.
It's quite possible he doesn't have one.
Well, I'll find out, and we'll know for sure.
Oh, hello, Howard.
Hi, Van.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's time for a checkup. I have to check your heart. It has to go on the report.
I'm in perfect health, and you know it.
Yes, but I'm not so sure the board will take my word for it. You fellows read the instruments. It's up to me to read the human being.
Captain, wanted in control room. Urgent.
I guess we'll have to put it off, hmm?
No. I'll wait.
All right, Howard. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Some action ahead, Skipper. The dials are acting up.
But it's still pretty faint. Could be cosmic dust. Keep your eye on it. If it continues to build, call me.
Yes, sir. And what do you make of that?
Cosmic dust.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
He always looks so miserable when he's sitting in the chair.
I am.
Well, you know, if you did not frighten off the guests, then there'd be a guest sitting there and you could be off doing whatever atrocities you typically do while we're filming the show.
I did not call the guest a turnip.
We've had guests show up here and he opens the door and they think he's like Lurch and they're like, oh no, and they run away. You could practice your chipper.
I am chipper.
You're bon vivant. You know, if you would answer the door like you were a bon vivant, then people would be more enticed to come in.
It is not my job to be a bon vivant. It is my job to butler.
So you buttle.
I buttle.
He buttles around the mansion while we show films. What do you think of this movie?
I don't think much of it.
You know, interestingly, you would think this man would not like older films, or he would like older films and not like the newer films, and it's the opposite, it seems, sometimes.
It depends.
Of course it depends, but typically, well done, young lady. You know, she's a talented hula hooper, except not tonight. Oh, that's good. You do your thing. Anyways, let's get to the end of this film because these two are about to fall out of their chairs.
I have things to do.
And he's got things to do. And we have to wrap up this film. So we will see you on the other side of the credits. Don't go away because we'll miss you if you're gone.
Do you have to be so formal?
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm a little hurt. I thought we knew each other better. Better than that, anyway. I've been wanting to talk to you about us.
Of course, Captain.
Van.
I'm in the middle of a computation.
Half an hour, then. All right, Doctor. You wanted to listen to my heart? Proceed. I have work to do. You know, I might almost believe you thought I didn't have a heart.
Everybody has a heart.
Dave Boyer put you up to this, I suppose.
Put me up to what?
Quite typical of the childish mind. I'm sorry, Howard, but I have no more time to waste.
What do you mean?
You're a man of science. What would you do if a guinea pig got out of control and threatened to ruin one of your experiments?
I don't understand.
John didn't understand either.
What is this?
I'm issuing an order for the arrest of one of the crew.
Sir?
I've discovered that John Campo did not die of natural causes. He was murdered. I want Staff Engineer Dave Boyer brought to my quarters immediately. You may use force if necessary.
Yes, sir.
Sybil?
Dave, I just saw Van. He seems so strange. I don't know what to think anymore. Maybe you're right.
I know I'm right. I've got to stop him somehow.
Dave, please.
Look, I'm going after Van. You go to Dr. Lazar and stay with him. I don't want you here alone.
You're under arrest by order of the captain.
What for?
No questions. Let's go.
Get to Dr. Lazar. Tell him what happened.
Gauges are going higher. Check the visit screen. You better call Van Ponder.
What for? He already told you it was cosmic dust.
Sure, cosmic dust.
Sybil, I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. Sybil. I had no choice. I couldn't permit him to endanger the ship. Please listen to me.
Yes?
I'm human now, Sybil. I need you.
Captain, the prisoner has escaped.
Don't you see, Alert all hands.
The satellite is in sector H9, and in sector H12 is the barrier. They're heading for it. And let us say, rather, the barrier is forming where the satellite is bound to travel.
Well, Van knows what he's doing. He'll avoid it.
Well, let us hope so. At least this time, let's hope so.
Seize the prisoner at all costs. I'm sorry, but there's no alternative.
Astrogator to captain. Astrogator to captain.
Why do you... Captain speaking.
Magneto-nebulous cloud mass forming dead ahead. Alpha concentration is building to critical point. Suspect sigma barrier.
Yes. Sybil,
Captain, sigma barrier dead ahead. We're bearing down rapidly. Awaiting orders. Repeat, awaiting orders.
Remain on course.
Remain on course?
What's the matter with old Iron Pants?
I don't know, but if you don't get on the ball, this $3 billion balloon's gonna go bust.
Not only that, we're in it.
Request further orders.
Remain on course. Sybil, I want you to understand.
You're not human. Who are you? What are you?
What am I? Why, I'm human. Because of you, I'm human. Captain to astrogator. Give readings on approaching mass.
It's about time. Alpha 102. Beta 147. Gamma 208. Thermo 477. Radiation 862. Passing quadrant 3, sector 9. Estimate collision course. Collision time estimate 5 minutes.
Activate Plan B.
Plan B? Reverse that order, you'll destroy the ship.
Don't be a fool. You can't hurt me with that.
For the love of Pete, you're running us right into that thing.
You got a better idea?
You can be stopped.
Thermo up, radiation up, alpha, beta, and gamma going up. Sky speed, we're decelerating.
Just following orders. Ours is but to do and die.
Die, you said it.
Crash emergency, dead ahead. Sigma barrier dead ahead. Crash emergency.
Reverse previous order. Ditch plan B. Activate plan A.
Activating plan A.
Secure all hands. Prepare to blast.
Oh, that's more like it.
Hang on, boy. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Start burning that sunlight. All hands secure for blast. All hands secure. Blast in 120 seconds.
Why don't they blast?
Sybil. 90 seconds.
Blast in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast!
They've been destroyed.
I'm not so sure, Hotchkiss. We can still hear the solar blast. Look!
They made it.
Sigma calling. Sigma calling. UN satellite control. Do you read me? Do you read me?
UNSC calling Sigma. We read you, Sigma. We read you.
We are passing through Andromeda at the speed of light. We've made it. The whole universe is our new frontier.
and they're off to the Andromeda galaxy. What a heroic ending, was it not?
Finally.
No. So this inspired the space program.
Did it?
It's films like this that made it possible for mankind to go into space.
Really?
Oh, and you have a visitor.
Yes.
Oh, she's been wanting to get her nails manicured, and it looks like she finally got them manicured in a rather silly way. Anyways, that's it for the movie. It was a fun movie. I liked it. I was surprised. We've shown this once before, and I think I liked it more the second time than the first time.
Well, you didn't fall asleep this time.
Oh, is that what it was? He's right. I fall asleep sometimes during films because, I've got things to do in the morning, and, I need my beauty sleep because of this mug.
You've got things to do in the morning?
No. I don't have much to do, but what I have to do is important to me, right? All right, well, before we let you go, just a few reminders. We've got Creature Features TV, wonderful thing. If you sign up for that, we would be so appreciative. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've only got 40% of our viewers actually subscribe to our show. The other 60% watch our program and won't bother to be bothered to push a little button on the screen. And I think that's criminal, don't you?
They have to be reminded.
That's right. And then lastly, we have a Patreon if you want to support the show financially. Why in God's name would they want to support this program financially?
If they want to continue to see these silly movies, they will have to.
All right, that makes sense. So visit our Patreon, link below, and you can learn how to do that. Well, that wraps it up for us this weekend. We hope we will see you next weekend. And don't forget, we love you. Ta-ta. So, Livingston, this nice cane that Don made for us, I think he should have made it for you because you're going to be using a cane pretty soon.
And you'll be using diapers.